guys? Kiwi here, and today we're breaking out an oldie but a goodie, false media narratives. By now I'm sure you've heard of the attacks that have taken place at Ohio State University, but here's the kicker. Which story did you hear? You might be thinking, why does that matter, Kiwi? Well, it matters because based on whether you heard this news before or after the police released this man's identity, you'd be hearing two completely different things. On one hand, we have reality, where Muslim refugee Abdul Artan drove his vehicle through a crowd of people, slamming into at least 3 pedestrians. After exiting the vehicle, wielding a butcher's knife, he then slashed and wounded several more. Police arrived on the scene quickly and shot the assailant, putting an end to his spree. This is by all accounts now confirmed to be true. However, hours before his name or any other evidence had been released, news outlets and social media alike were hard at work weaving a false narrative, blatantly lying about the event that had taken place. Here's a Buckeye alert warning the campus that there is an active shooter, even though there was no gun involved. Meanwhile, right after the car and knife spree, hashtag gun control is trending. Does something smell fishy to you? Just watch. You don't have to be a political genius or a level 20 media wizard to see where this is going. The leftist media has already attempted to use this story as a false narrative to push political action to disarm citizens that need the ability to protect themselves, especially in recent attempts at jamming unassimilated cultural pockets of the religion of peace into our completely incompatible Western value system. And it's obvious that they're completely willing to blatantly lie to you, to get you to consent to it, or at the very least remove your ability to protect yourself and enforce your resistance of it. The mainstream media shamelessly demonstrated its lack of credibility during the US election, and it isn't going to stop just because the election is over. Corruption, social justice warrior mentality, and heavy doses of cultural Marxism are what pushed people away from the left in the first place. Fortunately, they don't seem to understand this yet, so now is the time to act. And by act, I don't mean out in the streets, burning shit like some dumb animal. I'm talking about the simple act of having some pride in yourself and your ability to reason. Be honest and open with your political opinions, even when you know someone isn't going to agree. I'm not saying to start fights and scream, "You fucking cuck, fucking SJW, etc., etc." But for example, if your friends are talking about refugees and spreading information, don't be afraid to be honest about violence, cultural incompatibility. Yeah, you may lose a few friends who don't care enough about you to accept your differences, but so what? Big deal. I've never heard anyone complain about finally throwing up whenever they've accidentally eaten something questionable. Social circles are no different. The more toxic people that can't handle your honesty and decide to leave your social circle and go orbit someone else, the better you'll feel and the less drama you'll have to be afraid of. No one should have to deal with anxiety or fear over being called racist, sexist, or a fascist by someone who doesn't even know what the fuck they're talking about themselves. And the good news is, no one has to. In fact, no one has to do anything. In the end, you're the only one who can truly decide what can affect you negatively, what can make you afraid, what can make you react angrily, and what can make you censor yourself. I'm just here letting you know that regardless of where you fall on the spectrum, libertarian, populist, storm fag, anarchist, that it's time to come together and bring down this corrupt media and end this assault on reason from the cultural Marxists. Never stop spreading the truth and memes. Never be afraid to be honest for the greater good of society. And never be afraid to stand up for yourself. Because these days, any ground that is lost to the left is permanent. The meme battle of 2016 may have ended with the election, but the meme war has only just begun. And war
never changes.